Hey, YouTube. Crazy news out of Berlin. Just a wild story. A very iconic aquarium that was in this, I think, Radisson Hotel. It actually has an elevator inside the aquarium. So when you go up to your hotel room, you're going up through the aquarium. It was an amazing tourist attraction. Well, the whole goddamn thing exploded. It exploded, and amazingly, no one died. Like, this happened, I think, at, like, very early in the morning. Some people did get injured. There's debris was flown outside the building, like, into the streets, into the sidewalk. Wait till you see this footage. It's really something else. Totally trippy. And you would, it's like, you always think about, I always think about this, like, when I see these, like, big tourist attractions like the glass bridges, or you go up the Space Needle, and then they have a floor that's, transparent, like glass, and you're like, oh, they tested for every possibility. They have to, right? Legally, they have to, simulate some fat guy jumping up and down on it for 100,000 hours before they'll install this, right? You think all that stuff, but then shit like this happens, and you're like, oh, do I want to be the guy, that gets all cocky and walks across the glass bridge and then fucking falls through it? We have seen some of the glass bridges in China fall through. These are glass bridges that have the video panels in them where it pretends to shatter. That's how confident they were, like, oh, this thing will never shatter. Bad weather, shatter. You see someone holding on for dear life. They're like literally holding on to the edge. There was footage from like last year about that glass bridge in China breaking. So it's always in the back of my head. And then I see shit like this, and you're like, if you see some of the footage here, you see some of the pictures, that glass on that aquarium was crazy thick, super crazy thick, right? But apparently there was just hundreds of tons of water in this aquarium, and it wasn't engineered up to snuff.
All right, I'll start with a quote here. Just chaos, total devastation, and lots of dead fish. Now, that is how one guest of the Radisson Blu Hotel in central Berlin described the situation after a huge aquarium that you can see behind me here in the hotel lobby burst early on Friday morning. About 300 guests were evacuated from the hotel. 2 people were injured by flying shards of glass, and some 1,500 tropical fish died. Now, the course...
It's actually legitimately amazing that no one died. If you think about this amount of liquid, it's like a Bond movie, and just boom, just filling everything, man. And like, you probably wouldn't die from drowning. You would die by getting smashed into something.
The incident is still being investigated.
Look at this footage.
This giant aquarium in a hotel.
Oh, and by the way, no fucking footage of it actually shattering so far. No footage of it actually breaking. They didn't have a single camera on this. Shut the fuck up. I guarantee you there's at least one camera on this thing, and they're just holding on to it or whatever because they don't want the bad PR. But dude, I want the fucking... If anyone has the footage of this aquarium shattering, for the love of God, you need to give it to me immediately.
Was home to around 1,500 tropical fish and a popular destination among tourists. The guests at the hotel woke up Friday morning to the sound of a loud bang. The beloved aquarium had shattered.
Look at that, and look at that glass. Look at that, dude. That's it's from a distance away. Okay, that is some thick fucking glass.
It sounded almost like a firework, but the hotel actually shook inside. I could describe it as a and I jolted out of bed and turned around, and I didn't see any movement, so I didn't know what the heck was going on.
The tank with 1 million liters of water shattered quickly.
Bro, look at that. Look at these massive, it looks like big chunks of ice. Oh my God. You could see, oh my God, dude. Oh my God. How thick?
Quickly.
A large cylindrical tank in the building behind me burst.
Thanks,
there was
Howdy
a
Doody.
massive water leakage, which also caused damage to the building.
Gebäude führte.
Yeah,
The
okay.
pressure sent debris from the building flying into the street. Rescue teams arrived, and hotel guests were evacuated.
Yeah.
We heard a loud bang at about 5 or 6, but didn't think anything of it at the time.
I want to see the footage.
A little while later, we got out of the room and looked. All the elevators
Yeah, because I bet you it started with like a little, like, a little leak, right? It started, right? And then it just like cascade and then explodes out. Like the whole thing shatters all at once. Something crazy like that. Because we're talking hundreds of tons of pressure, right? And if that you know, and as the, you know, the pressure is going down, but it's also pushing against its sides as well. So once that collapse happens, yeah, exactly like that scene from Mission Impossible. I mean, I got to show at least some aquarium shattering. And you know what? That is really, yeah, that is really a good one where he uses the gum. That is, he has this gum that basically is like a plastic explosive. So he pulls it out of his pocket here.
Wiped out that bank account. Dying slowly in America, after all, can be a very expensive proposition. So, why don't we quietly get out of here onto a plane? I can understand you're very upset.
Kittredge, you've never seen me very upset.
All right, Hunt. Enough is enough. You have bribed, cajoled, and killed, and you have done it using loyalties on the inside. You want to shake hands with the devil, that's fine with me. I just want to make sure that you do it in hell.
See, so he has to, so once he pushes the two sides together, it starts a chemical reaction. Sticks it to the aquarium. Oh! Show me the footage. Where's the footage from Berlin? I gotta see this. This is what I'm expecting. I forget the Mission Impossible thing. Get him, Tom! He's running to Xenu! He's running to Xenu! So there you go. That's exactly what it looked like in Berlin. Tom Cruise and everything. He's running to Xenu. Is there anything like really good? Is there any good footage here? There really isn't any good footage. All right, there you go. I'm cock teasing you with the footage. As soon as I find the footage, I will be streaming it. I might do just a fucking special presentation just to see, because, man, it's got to be cool. RIP to all these terrible, you know, these super rare tropical fish. Probably in hindsight, not the best idea to put them in a precarious glass time bomb. But, you know, hey, you know, got to crack a few eggs, right? I'm sure it was really cool to actually be inside the elevator going up, right? I'm sure that shit was really super fucking cool. So maybe, you know, when I do get footage of the aquarium shattering, I'll also show footage of what it looked like to actually when it was in its full glory. That would be good. Anyway, thank you so much, YouTube. Have a good one.